Guys, I'm back, and I know everybody is excited and waiting for the results of the big 5,000 sub giveaway contest. So the contest closes tonight at midnight. That's when the last entries will be kind of accepted, and then I'll make the big announcement on the 14th. I need a few days to kind of log everybody's entries and to make the giveaway video and everything and get that all done. So lots of participation, awesome. But when this video is uploaded and you see it, you'll still have a few more hours to go on there and watch the video and get in on that giveaway if you want. I appreciate everybody that's gone in and given some suggestions for videos that you want to see, and there have been some really, really good ones. And so since one of the most frequent requests I saw on there was, you know, do more budget, less expensive gear videos, I decided I'd just start that right away. Because I got an email from National Park Depot. I bought a laser pointer from them once, and they send me emails all the time. But I decided I'd look around at their catalog, and I saw a couple items that I thought might be interesting to take a look at for, you know, sort of less expensive, let's see how it compares to other stuff type videos. And one of the things I saw was they had something called the 9-in-1 survival tool. It was $19.99 plus shipping. I ended up looking around just to comparison shop, and I found the exact same thing on Amazon for $14.95, and it was Amazon Prime, so it was free shipping. So I went ahead and I got that one. It's the exact same thing. I would have done a proper unboxing, except this arrived today and I had no idea that this is what was in it. It didn't come in a box or anything. So I opened it up and this is sort of as it is. So today, for survival camping gear on a budget, let's take a look at the National Park Depot, and that's what I'll refer to it as, 9-in-1 survival tool. Yes, it's raining. I figured, why not? It's still a nice day out. So to start with, it looks like a standard camping shovel. You've got your old sort of wannabe woodland camo pattern sheath for it there. You've got some big belt loops. Not a whole lot of variety in how you can carry this thing. So you can strap it on, so to speak. You can put it on a belt. I'm noticing that it's got another loop here. And I know that this, because I watched a video online of how to use this thing from National Park Depot while I was waiting for it to arrive. I know the handle is detachable, so I'm assuming you can carry the handle there too if you want to. For the life of me, I cannot figure out what these bottom snaps go to. They don't seem to attach to anything unless there's like a secondary add-on product that you can add to this. But I don't have it. I don't know what it is, but that's it. So when you open this thing up, you've got three main parts. So we're going to separate the shovel. So you've got your handle, you've got your shovel head, and then you've got your axe head. Now again, looking at it just from the outset, I am tempted instinct to say, this looks a little bit crappy, but we're going to reserve judgment for after we test it out a little bit and take a look. Because we're trying to find less expensive gear. We're not expecting, you know, super high quality stuff here. Now, inside the handle, on one end, you've got a saw blade, and on the other end, you have a knife that includes a couple other tools, you know, part of the 9-in-1. I don't know how I feel about that. I couldn't find any real specs on the materials. All it says is stainless steel, and that could mean we know a variety of things. So I'm not entirely sure what kind of steel it's made of. I'm going to keep researching. It does feel like it comes pretty sharp right out of the package though. Interesting little blade though. So this over here is supposed to be a gut hook. That's weird. If it focuses, there's no sharpened edge on the gut hook at all. So I'm not sure. This is a can opener. You know, the old P38 survival style can opener, but again, no sharpened edge on it. So I'm tempted to say it would be a little difficult to use, but probably you could still use it. So this counts as three tools right here. Your knife, your gut hook, and your can opener. Your saw, that makes 4. Shovel is 5. Bottle opener is 6. Axe or hatchet 7. Nail puller 8. Hammer 9. So that's how you get your 9 tools out of this kit. You can kind of argue if you want a little bit, saying that's not a full 9 tools, that doesn't count, but 9 uses, right? So everything kind of plugs in with this little spring-loaded button system. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't feel like it's a really secure system, and it leaves a lot of wiggle room and play. But again, gear on a budget, and for a survival situation, if we're talking about like a, oh shit, I need this for survival as opposed to this is my primary stuff, I guess it's not horrible. It just, that's, yeah. The saw is also a little flexible. I'm okay with the saw being flexible. You know, saws should be a little flexible, but teeth look pretty good. Little reach on it too, so if you want to reach up and saw some branches, you can do that. I mean, obviously you can choke up on it and get a closer reach if you want. And the knife has the same problem with the wobbliness, which, you know, I don't know, we could talk about that later, I guess, but it's not a very secure feeling knife. And I don't think I'd want to hold a knife like this unless I was trying to stab at something, keep it at reach, but for actual, like, trying to do close-up work, you'd have to hold it like this. And that's a little awkward feeling. It would be nice if they had a smaller handle, if maybe like just this black part detached and you could put the knife right in there so that you'd actually hold the knife in a more kind of comfort-controlled way. But this is what it is. I'm still not thrilled with the bendability of that. If you're actually working on constructing things or some actual hard use, I guess you're not going to use this for very hard use unless you actually have to, survival-wise. In order to put the axe or the shovel head on, you need to use one of these attachments. So you put it in like you're putting it away, and then you use that button to secure the axe head, and at least that's not as wobbly as when the saw is out there. It's got a little bit of play in it, but it actually feels pretty secure. You can hear the saw wobbling around in there, but the axe itself doesn't feel like it's going to come flying off this handle. And it's got a pretty decent weight to it. Not a super terribly comfortable grip there, but I mean, wear a pair of gloves, it'll be okay. So, whether you're hammering, chopping, incredibly dull out of the package. I'd want to put a little bit more of an edge on that just to make my life a little bit easier. I might throw that on the belt sander a little bit, but we got that. And then the shovel attaches just the same way. I'm not sure why they chose to put the bottle opener, and isn't that a weird shape for a bottle opener? But I'm not sure why they chose to put the bottle opener on the shovel. It's a little interesting. I guess you can get a little bit of leverage on there, holding on to it, but it's just where it is. I think I've got better pack shovels in some of the some of the mystery boxes. I know the issued entrenching tool is a better shaped shovel than this, I think, for digging. But again, thinking about it in context, $15 multi-purpose survival tool, it's not too bad. The ground is pretty soft here right now from rain. It is overgrown with all sorts of stuff, so we're digging through roots and such, but I mean, it's not too hard to get right down in there, and it's secure. It doesn't wobble really. I mean, if you want to physically manually move it, it will wobble, but I don't know if I'd want to be digging, a whole foxhole or fighting position with this thing, but in a pinch, it'll do. I still would prefer more of a little bit of a curve in it, just a little bit of leverage getting in there, but this is just a dirty, dirty video today, isn't it? But it works. It's effective, right? I mean, that's what matters. Let's switch gears a little bit. I think I want to move next to check out the axe. Let's go do a little chop and see how effective that is. So we've got the hatchet installed. We're over here by the old plum tree that's dead and has stopped giving us fruit quite a while ago. It's a little bit wet from the rain, but it's fine. Now this is a very blunted, dull blade. Again, like I said, I would like to have this a little bit sharper if I was going to depend on it for something, but not bad overall though. A little bit of force required. That's not good. See how that just worked out for us? That, well, I guess that's a fail, right? See if we can make that happen again. Yeah. So, I don't know what exactly did that or how that happened, but this is where we start to see where a lot of times the budget tools, I get it. We all don't have a lot of money to spend on the good stuff, but this is why I'm a proponent of saving up and spending a bit for the good stuff once, then buying budget tools over and over and over. So obviously the lifetime of this is pretty limited and the usefulness of this is pretty limited, because what if I did need to get this limb off for whatever reason, make a shelter, firewood, whatever. I have not gotten very far and this hatchet has failed on me twice. Once, you guys saw, the damn thing flew off there. You know, I'm lucky it didn't fly back and hit the camera or something like that. So it'll probably work a little bit better if it was sharpened. I don't think that would have saved us from that catastrophic little failure there. Shouldn't say catastrophic, it still goes back together, but we'll give it one more try. We'll give it 3 times a charm and see if it happens again. It's already, see that? It's already loose and not working. Yeah, so we've got kind of a fail on the hatchet there, and I assume that using the hammer side, yep, same results. So this little locking pin is not a very reliable way to secure this on there. So while we've got that removed, let's switch to the saw and see if this remains on there nice and solid. Tato's right here sniffing around. Hi, Tato. Tato, you're a star. That's my tree, dude.
Good enough.
Tato. Okay, you mind? All right, Tato has made his appearance. So let's see if the saw can actually give us any better cutting and, you know, give us better stability, I guess. The saw cuts easy. It goes right through. It's holding pretty well so far. I wish I had a slightly thicker branch. Let's give it one more really good test on something thick like this. Yeah, and as it gets deep inside that branch, it starts to really catch and slow down. And you can see the wobble of the blade. This might be where we want to switch to the hatchet, but let's pretend that our hatchet has flown off and landed in a river somewhere, and we don't have it anymore. Sorry about that, Aiden. I just made it rain on Aiden. So the saw did effectively cut through the branch. It got stuck a couple times, and if you take a look, I don't know if it's going to show up here. The blade is actually a little bit warped now.
What is warped?
Warped means it's bent in a way it's not supposed to be bent. See that kind of curve going along there?
Yeah.
That's sort of, yeah. But it didn't fly out of the handle the way the hatchet did. So we got that going for us. But very awkward to actually, you know, have to two-hand it once it got down in there. So we've got that. I guess the only thing left for us to test now is the knife. And to test this guy, we're going to move over to my lemon tree. So this is my lemon tree. They're not limes. They're still growing. They're not yellow yet. I've got my shed in the background over there, which makes a great Nerf gun target for practicing Nerf wars. So we got the blade hooked up here. So what I want to do is, without supporting the lemon or anything, I want to give a whack and see if this blade kind of is sharp enough just to make a nice slice through it. Well, number one, I'd say so. That's a very clean cut, straight through. At first I thought I missed actually, because there was so little resistance on this blade that I thought I had actually missed, but there is the partial lemon. And it's a very nice sharp blade. Now, I have a feeling since they only list it as stainless, we're not looking at a very good quality steel. It's very, like we looked at before, springy. So this sharp edge, I think, probably would wear off fairly quickly. I'm not sure entirely, what it is. I'm thinking probably like a 420 stainless. But chopping through something, and this is kind of a rough skin. I know somebody's looking there saying, oh, it's a lemon. This is a tough skin lemon. This is not something that just yields super easy. And to make nice clean cuts through it is pretty good. Because of the wobble here, and because of the extended handle, if I wanted to do any kind of whittling or cut down, it's just an awkward, especially with the camera right here, it's an awkward way to have to hold the knife to do it. And with the blade being so thin, it's not very comfortable to hold. You can do it. I almost want to kind of hold it with two hands though, just to make sure I have really good control of the knife. Because even like this, it wobbles around in the blade. So the blade is effective. It's just unwieldy. I'd much rather have a knife with just a handle on it. But I'll reiterate one more time. We're going under the assumption that, the shit has hit the fan and we have our $15 survival tool. So will it get us through the survival situation while friendly forces are up in the air providing close air support for our rescue mission? Sure. Yeah, I guess it will. I just wouldn't want my life to have to depend on this setup right here. This actually has been felt a little bit more stable in chopping than the Hatchet has. Okay, all right. Yeah, see, it did it again. Can't even. It broke the branch, but it didn't chop through effectively, and it broke the lock here on this Hatchet. So this Hatchet is a fail item all the way around. That we had better luck chopping with the flimsy knife blade than with this actual Hatchet. So now that we did a little bit of chopping, a little bit of cutting, let's see how the edge retention on this is. We'll start with the standard paper test. Okay. Well, there we go. Not great. So the rear area, nothing. Sort of towards the middle, not terribly sharp, but we can get a nice bite into the paper. And I've noticed that some people have said they don't like the paper test. They want me to start shaving my arm as a sharpness test. And believe me, there's plenty here to shave. So, but you'll see this is not sharp enough to shave anything. So, I guess I should have done kind of the edge paper test beforehand, but the edge feels sharp. Now, survival sharp versus, paper test sharp, that's a different thing entirely. If I had to take this out and cut some more tree and cut some animal or cut some fruits and stuff to live on, I'm sure I could. Just because it's not giving us a perfect little paper, squiggle doesn't mean a whole lot in this case. But I wish I could figure out exactly what it's made of, but that's what we've got for that. One more quick look at the sheath that we didn't sort of touch on before. It's got that rubberized, waterproof interior coating on one side. It's just your standard nylon sheath. I'm not impressed with it. I'm not impressed with it. It just is what it is. Or I'll worry about cleaning it off later. And the rain has stopped and the sun is out and the bugs are out now, so I've got gnats buzzing all around my ear. That's not fun. I'm gonna get this stuff put back in. I imagine that this is what this little loop is for, even though there's no good way to secure it shut. Alright, so there you have the National Park Depot 9-in-1 survival tool. Kind of surprised me in some ways, really let me down in others, but this was the first of what you guys asked for. So here is a budget piece of gear. Like I said, found it for $14.95, less than $15 on Amazon with free Prime shipping. It held up about as well as I thought it would. That hatchet was really disappointing, but the shovel was pretty solid. The saw worked, not as well as I would have liked, but it worked, and the knife, you know, survived. So is it worth the $15 price tag, you know, for a piece of emergency gear? I guess. Is it something I would carry, you know, in my primary kit, though? Probably not. This would not be my go-to, you know, bug-out bag carry. This would be like a, oh shit, last-minute emergency type thing. So there you have it. In the video description, I'll put links to National Park Depot, and I'll put links to Amazon where I found this, just in case anybody's interested in getting one of their own and checking it out and doing your own little test with it. But otherwise, again, giveaway contest is still open till midnight tonight, so really simple to enter into that. Just go watch the video and get in on that, and I might have to add some more prizes to that giveaway, just because there's so many people interested in entering. So, as always, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again real soon.